This is a video on solving work problems. When I say work problems, I'm talking about problems where there's two people working together to complete a task. And to solve these type of problems, what we really want to do is we want to use two facts. And these two facts will really help us go through and solve. The first fact that we're looking at here is the part of task completed by person number 1 plus the part of the task completed by person number 2 should equal one entire task completed. And that just, it makes sense just logically, right? If two people are working together, the part from the first person plus the part from the second person should equal one entire task. So we're going to end up using that equation when we go to solve these problems. The second fact we're going to use is if a person can complete a task in t units of time, right, then the rate at which that person works is 1 over t. And when I say 1 over t, what I really mean is, they work at a rate of one task for every t units of time, whether it be hours, minutes, seconds, whatever it might be. So if they tell you the time in the problem, you want to use 1 over the time to tell us the rate, because it's one task for every t units of time. Let's take a look at an example. So we have Tom can plant a tray of flowers in 15 minutes. Frank can plant that same tray of flowers in 25 minutes. How long will it take them to plant a tray of flowers together? The first time when you're looking at a word problem, you should always think about how many things you're looking for. And in this case, we're only looking for one thing. We're looking for, how long, right? We're looking for the time. So we should let x equal, right, our variable equal to, the amount of time working together. Because that's what we're trying to find. And once I'm here, I'm actually going to set up a chart. And in the chart, I'm going to have a row for Tom and a row for Frank. And the columns of my chart are really going to be based off of, the fact that if I take the rate times the time it takes someone to complete a task, that'll give me the part of the task they completed. And looking at this, we're looking at Tom's rate. Well, it says Tom can plant a tray of flowers in 15 minutes. So his rate, using our fact number 2 from the first page, is 1 over 15. And similarly, Frank, he can plant the same tray of flowers in 25 minutes working by himself. Well, his rate would then be 1 over 25, right? He plants one tray for every 25 minutes. The next column is going to be time. And the time we're looking at is the time that they work together. Well, that's what we let our variable equal. That's what we're looking for. So the time here is going to be x. It should be the same for both of them, because the time working together should be the same. And then the part of the task they completed. When I say the part of the task they completed, really all you're doing is you're going to say multiply the rate times the time, and it'll give you the part that they completed. So 1 over 15 times x is the same as saying x over 15. And 1 over 25 times x is the same as saying x over 25. So basically, if you take the rate times their time working together, that'll give you the part each person completed. Once I have this, now I'm ready to set up an equation. And our equation comes from fact number 1 from the previous page, where I say the part completed by person number 1, so the part completed by Tom here would be x over 15, plus the part completed by person number 2, which is Frank, that's x over 25, should equal 1, meaning one entire task completed. Once we have this equation, now we're ready to solve. And to solve, we have a rational equation here, so the first thing you need to find is the LCD. And we're doing that for all the fractions that appear. So in this case, we only have two fractions. The LCD between 15 and 25, the smallest number they both can go into evenly, is 75. Now once you have the LCD for a rational equation, you want to multiply it to every term, whether it's a fraction or not. So I'm going to multiply every single term by 75, including the 1 over here. So you're going to have 75 times x over 15 plus 75 times x over 25 equals 75 times 1. And by doing this now, remember, this helps us clear fractions, right? If I can do 75 divided by 15, that's going to give me 5. So I'll have 5x plus here 75 divided by 25, well, that gives me 3, so 3 times x gives me 3x. And that's going to be equal to 75. And now combining like terms, I'll have 8x equals 75, and we'll solve as normal, so I'm dividing by 8, and I get x equals 75 divided by 8, which, since this is an applied problem, I really do want to know what that represents in terms of a number. So it comes to 9.375, and that's measured in the same units that our time was measured in originally, which is minutes. So working together, it'll take them 9.375 minutes to plant the tray of flowers. And then you have it. It's solved. All right, here's an example for you to try on your own.